President Obama has defended the right of an NFL quarterback to refuse to stand for the national anthem, although Colin Kaepernick has been widely criticised. He's protesting against what he sees as racial injustice and police brutality. Mr. Obama said the player is exercising his constitutional right, but he's acknowledged that many, especially in the military, will find it hard to accept. Tim Allman reports.
It is a personal protest that has fueled a national debate. The San Francisco 49ers quarterback Colin Kaepernick refusing to stand during the playing of the Star-Spangled Banner. A decision that has not been universally popular, some in the crowd making their feelings perfectly clear. Now President Obama has commented, saying the player may be upsetting some, but he has the right to make his voice heard.
I think he cares about some real, legitimate issues that have to be talked about. And if nothing else, what he's done is he's generated more conversation around some topics that need to be talked about.
So what are those topics that need to be talked about? Well, one is ongoing racial tension in the United States. These were protests in Ferguson, Missouri, after a black teenager was shot dead by police. For many African Americans, including Colin Kaepernick, incidents like this are all too common.
Police brutality is a huge thing that needs to be addressed. There are a lot of issues that need to be talked about, need to be brought to life.
This isn't the first time an athlete has made a political statement. At the Mexico Olympics in 1968, Tommy Smith won gold in the 200 metres. Together with his teammate John Carlos, he gave the so-called Black Power salute at the medal ceremony. In the mid-90s, basketball player Mahmoud Abdul-Rauf refused to stand for the US anthem, insisting the American flag was a symbol of oppression. And now US soccer player Megan Rapinoe has made a similar protest, saying her action was in support of Kaepernick. Despite the boos, despite the anger, the quarterback plans to take things a step further, promising $1 million to organisations that help deal with racial injustice. Tim Allman, BBC News.
Well, Xavier Pope is a sports legal analyst in Chicago. He's been following this story closely. Xavier, you're a man with your finger on the pulse. What do you make of this? I guess the danger is that you offend more people than you win over.
Yes, I think the goal of protest in our country that's what our nation was founded on. So the British were offended when Americans decided to declare their independence. The Union was offended when the Confederacy decided to secede from the Union. Many of those who were racist decided to be offended during the Civil Rights era. Our nation was founded on protest. There's no such thing as a comfortable protest in the United States of America.
Where do you stand on the police now threatening to boycott 49ers games? There are going to be a lot of people, especially people in uniform, who are finding this hard to take.
That's a great question, Mike. And my answer to that is, if Colin Kaepernick, if everyone's saying he gets the right because of his First Amendment or whatever other abilities he has to speak on his own, then police should also have the right to express their opinion as well. There are a lot of fine officers out there that do their job very, very well. And I think that they should have a right to give their opinion. But this may open the door for more dialogue. I think it's important that everyone in all sides get a chance to express their opinion.
The socks with pigs on them, is that going a bit too far?
I think that the socks with the pigs on them is a little bit harsh of a statement in the minds of many Americans, especially in the minds of many police officers in America who do their jobs every single day. But as strong as it may be, President Obama talked about many of these conversations can be controversial. They can get messy, but they may lead to more conversation in terms of the solution toward these issues in America.
You know, you've got three athletes now, of course, making this silent protest. A lot of eyes going to be on this weekend's game by the 49ers. I think it's in a primetime slot, isn't it? Is it a day after the 15th anniversary of 9/11?
It is, Mike. And I think that a primetime game, everyone will be watching. Everyone will be looking at Colin Kaepernick to see how he responds. Will another teammate, Eric Reed, a teammate of his, stepped up and decided to kneel as well? Will more do so? Will there be protests outside of the stadium? It will be a giant spectacle for not only the United States of America, but the world to see, to potentially continue this conversation in terms of race, police, and politics in America.
Xavier, thank you so much. Thanks to you for being with us. Just to remind you, you'll get much more on All the News anytime on